Hey guys, Sarge here with the December 27th, 1941 combat replay for my 1v1 against Invictus on War of the Pacific Admirals Edition. Hopefully this audio change will actually make it quieter for you guys. I thought the other one would have worked, turns out not. Japanese capture Butuan. Watch it be too quiet now. Ooh, we're firing at a destroyer. We miss at wake. And he fails to find me. Coast Watchers say there's stuff in Rabaul. He's firing at one of my destroyers off of San Diego, Los Angeles. I have ASW groups there to try and hunt these guys down. Yep, right there. He fires at me. I failed to find him. Why do I have something going to Manila? Yeah, that's interesting. Air phase. Looks like he's finally maybe going for the rest of northern Borneo. I did spend quite a lot of time this past turn kind of reorganizing Australia. Large raid at Clark, 30 Bettys. I did realize that they even forgot to pick up some support squads from Los Angeles and one of my convoys out, so I basically just have a lone AK. Basically just because if it gets sunk, it's like only 30 support squads, so I don't really care. And more organizing with finding some base forces that heavily needed upgrades and replacements. Not too much going on over Clark, few casualties here. Some of his planes damaged there. Basically the same result as last raid. Bombing at Changsha. I did get all the artillery into Changsha, so I'm going to bombard him and see what happens there. 3 Tojos and Sonyas at Wuchao. Take 40 casualties. No casualties from those Idas. Here comes his cap going to Johor Bahru. That did not look right from the numbers I saw going down, but we claim 1 Nate for 0 losses. He's still bombing these units because they are actually getting close to getting to Temalo and getting down to Singapore, because if they get to Temalo, I should be able to get them out. I'm moving these guys back as well as these guys. More at Clark. With that same result, few casualties for 1 damaged plane. Going after Manila. He hits the Swordfish. I think I was about to get that sub out of Manila too. A lot of these raids are more for disruption than actually doing damage, which can actually be just as efficient because it decreases their viability in combat. Now onto the air PM phase. I'm also moving artillery from Bataan into Clark, just as well to support that defense. The longer we can keep Clark, the more annoying, the more units we tie up for longer. As well, just as a bit of a, there's more force for him to try and get out of the way. Artillery's, at least in real life, I'm not sure how much in War in the Pacific, but artillery is pretty useful in softening up the enemy's attacks. I'm not sure if I can get the O-20 back. I'm naturally going to try. I think it was 7... Was it up to 70? It was a rather high number in flotation. And 40 systems. He's attacking again at Loyang. 2 deliberate attacks in a row. Probably not going to go as well for him because it's 2 attacks in a row. 1 to 2 odds, fort level 0. He did attack with more AV, but it got adjusted to a little bit less. 790 vehicles. He takes 2,000 casualties to my 3,000. Again, is those tanks really doing most of the damage here? If the tanks weren't there, this would be a lot different. He only lost 3 combat squads, 1 non-combat, and 3 vehicles, with 180 disabled combat and 86 disabled vehicles, while on the defensive, with the advantage, I lost 39 squads destroyed and 235 disabled and 5 guns and 15 disabled. Deliberate attack, he's got an entire division there, okay. Trying to get these guys up and out. I surprisingly hold, though yeah, I take a lot more casualties, 66 to 465. Deliberate attack at Nanning. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, I hold 1 to 2 odds. He takes 159 to my 136. He loses a combat squad. I only lose a non-combat squad. Bombarding at Clark. Not even a single casualty. And for whoever wants to read it, this is what they got. A lot of artillery and anti-aircraft, which is why I was moving artillery and such from Bataan. For me, these tank battalions is what's going to keep me at Clark. Japanese tank, I tape with the 1st Independent SNLF Company. He's got a full division at Manila. I'm glad I didn't attack there because that wouldn't have ended well. He loses 24 casualties, 2 combat squads disabled. I do bombard him at Changsha. He's taking a bit of damage. He's got 1/16 as he got split up. I'm basically attacking with my that artillery that I got in down here. I think as well maybe got another corps or 2 in here, just to try and keep him on his toes and soften him up a bit. And that did. That was a good bombardment. Though he doesn't take many actual squads. We lose about the same amount of squads. Though he takes 284 casualties to my 79. We both lose a combat squad. He has 11 disabled to my 9 combat squads, and we each have 1 disabled non-command engineer. So very interesting how he has 200 more casualties than me and only 2 more non-coms disabled. No, 2 more squads disabled. Not entirely sure how the casualties work, but that definitely did a lot of damage and disruption. And I don't think he'll try and deliberate attack me again with that force there. They once again attack at Chosin. They might push me. I think they pushed me back this time. They did not. Still a good result by me with my fort. They cannot get rid of that fort to save their life. Though I did lose 5 engineer squads. I think next turn he'll beat me. I was hoping to get the units at Wenchao up into Chosin to reinforce it, but I still can get them out through this road for a limited amount of time. He takes 158 to my 247. We both lose 2 combat squads. So that was mostly a really quiet turn. Nice Manila expands to Fort 2, Rangoon expands to Fort 3. Those are two very good fortification upgrades right there. We got that Manila upgrade just before, a couple days before they started the attack there. So a really quiet day apart from one air battle over Johor Bahru and bombardments and a couple deliberate attacks. Get infantry regiment in Los Angeles, which is nice. I need to see if that is restricted or not. I'll probably get the turn back in a day or two, so I will see you guys then.